Sir Jacob Rees-Mogg has claimed Sir Keir Starmer is plotting a Brexit betrayal with his proposed changes to free movement rules. The former Tory cabinet minister, who lost his seat at last month's general election, was commenting on reports suggesting Labour was considering signing up for a deal with the European Union which would permit its citizens to live and work in the UK, claims the government subsequently denied. Speaking on GP News, Sir Jacob said, "I think that you've seen a number of signs that the Labour Party wants to row back on Brexit. Going back to free movement of people, the figures are showing that the Conservative policy on migration were bringing numbers down, so this is a betrayal of what people voted for in the last election." Referring to the former high-ranking civil servant who was Britain's chief Brexit negotiator from 2017 to 2019, Sir Jacob continued, "Then you have rumours they want to bring Ollie Robbins back as cabinet secretary, and he was the cheese-eating surrender monkey of the Brexit negotiations. So I think you're seeing quite clearly that Labour never liked Brexit and is now looking to try to reverse it." Sir Jacob insisted, free movement of Labour was most damaging to the standard of living of the least well-off. People who were well-to-do benefited from free movement of Labour, but the least well-off found that entry-level jobs, their first job, was harder to get, and the pay was lower. Free movement of labour and excess migration lowers wages, and that is obviously particularly difficult for the least well-off in society. Earlier this week, the insider told The Times the government was ready to give ground when it came to parts of a proposed mutual youth mobility system in order to broker agreements in other areas, for example a reduction in checks on UK food entering the EU. However, a government spokesperson insisted, "We are not considering it, there are no plans for this, or any work being done on it. Our negotiating team has very clear red lines, and none of the preparatory work involves this." The EU made a formal offer to negotiate a bloc-wide programme in April, but the idea was flatly rejected by both Labour and then Tory Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. Sir Keir Starmer, the current occupant of number 10, has insisted Britain will not be rejoining the EU, although he has indicated he wants to work more closely with Brussels than the previous Conservative administration.